Hey guys, CryptoDad here again, and today I'm going to show you how to trade, stake, and farm on the Avalanche platform using the Trader Joe decentralized exchange. So let's get started. Alright, so I'm over here on the home page of the Trader Joe decentralized exchange on the Avalanche platform. Now the Avalanche platform is advantageous because it is much faster and cheaper than trading on Ethereum-based platforms. As you may know, Ethereum gas fees are very high, so you get charged a lot for enabling tokens and making trades and doing transfers. Avalanche is much cheaper and your trades and transfers will be much faster as well. So how do we get started? How do we get connected? I'm going to go through all that for you. The first thing you'll want to do is get a wallet set up and connected to this platform. Now on a decentralized exchange, there are no accounts. You don't log in. You don't have, a username and a password. You basically just connect a wallet to use these. So the wallet is your identity, right? The wallet is how it remembers you. And the wallet is where all of your funds are stored. It's decentralized, so you're not putting your funds anywhere. They stay in your wallet, even when they're in smart contracts. All right, and we'll go into that in a little bit. So the first thing we'll need to do is get a wallet set up. I'm going to show you how to do that. I'll get your wallet set up, and then we'll connect it to the Trader Joe site. And then we're going to need to fund our wallet with some Avalanche tokens. So I'll walk you through that as well. So the first thing we'll do is we'll get Metamask installed. There are other wallets you can use if you're interested. I'm going to do Metamask. It's my go-to wallet, and I feel it's the most straightforward. Others may disagree, but I'm going to show you how to use Metamask. So we'll want to make sure we're on metamask.io. There are a lot of faux and phishing sites you need to be aware of. So make sure you're on the official Metamask website when you download this wallet. We'll just click download now. We'll go over here to install Metamask for Brave. I'm using Brave browser. You can use Chrome or Firefox to do this as well. So I'll just click install Metamask for Brave, and then I'll choose add to Brave. Right, we'll go ahead and add that extension into our Brave browser. I'm going to confirm that, and then it'll take us to the setup page for Metamask. All right, so you'll notice here in the setup that it's taking up an entire browser tab. But once we get this thing set up, we'll be able to access MetaMask from over here as well. It'll end up being a pop-up in the right top side of your browser. All right, so we'll click Get Started. We're going to create a brand new wallet. And they're going to give us a backup phrase. Now the backup phrase is very important. This wallet is non-custodial. You are responsible for this wallet. You can't call anybody at MetaMask if you lose your private key for your wallet. Now, your private key gets stored on your computer, so that's all well and good as long as you keep your computer safe and secure, free of viruses and malware. I recommend virus protection, firewalls, and malware, anti-malware, right? You need all that stuff to keep your private key safe. But you can also back up your private key. And that is this step right here. Now when you do this, it's going to give you 12 words. These 12 words are very important. You need to write them down on a piece of paper, or you can cut and paste them into a text file. If you're going to go the text file route, you want to make sure that that text file is on a flash drive, some type of removable media that you can store separate from your computer. You don't want anyone that gets their hands on your computer to have access to the backup file. All right, so we'll agree to this. We'll set up a password. And there is a tutorial that you can go through, but I'm going to walk you through every step of this. We're going to click here to reveal our words. Those are the 12 words I'm talking about. They may look rather simple and mundane, but they're a code, right? They are a code that the wallet will understand when you need to do your restore. So you'll put in the words and the wallet will churn numbers and recreate your key if it needs to. Don't let the mundaneness of these 12 words fool you. They are very important. like I said, you can you can write these down on a piece of paper. You'll also want to make sure that you've numbered them in order, left to right, top to bottom, just like reading a book, right? This is word number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? Don't write them down in columns on a piece of paper with no numbers. Put a number next to each word so you'll know. All right, let's hit next. All right, and then the next step is to confirm each word in order, right? So just refer to your list and just click the words down here in the bottom in order. And once we do that, we'll click confirm, and then we're done. So like I said, take your backup phrase on your piece of paper or in your text file and store it separate from your computer. All right, once we hit all done there, you'll see now that we have a wallet set up. And you'll also notice that it says 0 Ethereum. This is an Ethereum-based wallet. That's the default. It's on the Ethereum network. You'll notice over here that it says Ethereum mainnet. And if we pull this down, you'll see that there's only one network configured for this Metamask wallet. Now, I mentioned earlier we're going to be using the Avalanche network. So we need to configure the Avalanche network in our Metamask so that we can store Avalanche tokens and trade on Avalanche platforms. So the way to do that is I'm going to take you over to this site called Chainlist. Right? It's a site that has all the different network chains that are available for MetaMask. It's going to make it really easy to get Avalanche configured on your MetaMask, right? So we'll just search for Avalanche. All right. Now we don't want this testnet, right? We want the Avalanche mainnet. So first thing we'll do is connect to the wallet. All right, so then when we click Connect Wallet, you're going to see this window pop up in the top right of your browser. It wants you to connect to your MetaMask wallet. So we'll hit Next, and then we'll hit Connect. All right, and once we've done that, we're going to click Add to MetaMask. We'll click that. All right, you'll notice the MetaMask pops up again, and then it's going to automatically configure these settings for you. Notice here it says Avalanche mainnet. It's got the URL and the chain ID. This makes it really easy to configure these settings. We'll click Approve. All right, and then we'll go ahead and switch networks in the wallet. All right, and so we have access to the wallet over here. And then we can click these 3 dots and choose Expand View if we want to work with the wallet in the browser tab. I'm going to do that because it makes it easier for you guys to see what I'm doing. All right, so notice up here it says Avalanche mainnet. The network of the wallet is now different, right? You can always switch back if you want, right? You can switch between Ethereum and Avalanche very easily. And notice now that the main token is Avalanche, or AVAX. Avalanche token drives this wallet on this platform. So you'll need Avalanche in the wallet to pay fees for trades and transfers and approvals. But we're also going to be using our Avalanche token to fund our trading as well. So Avalanche is very important to this wallet. All right, let's go back over to Trader Joe. All right, now what we want to do is connect our wallet to Trader Joe so that we can have that functionality and use the wallet. So we'll hit connect to a wallet. All right, we'll choose MetaMask. And then we'll choose next. MetaMask will pop up again and indicate that we're asking it to connect to Trader Joe, which is fine. That's what we want. Let's hit next. And then we'll click connect. And then notice up in the corner there that the address of your wallet is visible on Trader Joe, which means that Trader Joe now has access to your wallet, right? You're able to make trades from the wallet. Of course, you are responsible for this. You're going to have to authorize all of these, right? It's never just going to pull money directly out of your wallet, right? You have to authorize each transaction. But you need to be connected to do that, right? So here we go. We're connected. Now the next thing we need to do is fund the wallet with some Avalanche token. So I'm going to use Coinbase Pro. If we go over to CoinGecko and we type in AVAX, we can look at the Avalanche token, everything you need to know about it. If you're curious, I'll put a link to this down in the description below. There are links here to the Avalanche website if you want to know more about Avalanche itself, right? But if you scroll down here and then click Markets, you'll see where you can buy Avalanche tokens. You'll notice you can buy it on Binance and a lot of other exchanges, and then Coinbase Exchange. So you can buy it on Coinbase or Coinbase Pro. When you purchase tokens on Coinbase, there is a merchant charge. So I'm going to show you a little cheaper way to do it using Coinbase Pro. If you have a Coinbase account, you can log into Coinbase Pro. It's just a little different interface, and it's a little more designed for experienced traders. All right. All right. So if you want to buy your AVAX on some other exchange, that's fine too. The process is very similar. Now, in order to buy a token on Coinbase Pro, you're going to have to have a little, you're going to have to fund the trade first. So in today's case, we're just going to put some US dollar in our account. All right, so we can make this purchase. So that's the first step. So I'm going to deposit some US dollar into my Coinbase account. All right, we'll hit bank account, and you should have a bank account connected to your account. If you don't, then you should handle that, right? All right, so I have several. I'm going to use this bank account, and I'll transfer $550 into this account, and we'll hit preview deposit. Now notice here that it says it's going to take 6 days before you can withdraw the tokens that you purchase with this money that you just put in there. Right? So keep that in mind. You may not be able to withdraw right away if you're just doing this cold. But if you already have assets in Coinbase Pro, they should act as collateral for this deposit if you wish to withdraw your tokens right away. I'll go ahead and hit deposit US dollar. All right, and then we're done there. Now we can trade right away. So let's go over to the trading interface. We'll click select market. We'll put in AVAX, right? And we're going to use the AVAX US dollar pair. So we'll click that. All right, you can see there's the $550. I'll click max. I'm going to use all of it to buy some AVAX tokens. We'll click place buy order, and we're done. And you can see now that I have a balance of AVAX tokens. All right. Now what we want to do is transfer these tokens into our wallet so that we can access the wallet from our decentralized exchange. All right, so let's go back over here to Metamask. All right, so we get the address of our Avalanche wallet up here. We can click and copy that into our clipboard. Let's go back over to Coinbase Pro. Let's do a withdrawal. We're going to withdraw our AVX to a crypto address. That's our wallet. And then we'll paste in that address there. And then once it's in there, we click use this address. It determines that it's a valid AVAX address. I should point out that the Avalanche network has 3 types of addresses. The X address, which is their native address, the P-type address, and the C-type address. And the C-type address is the Ethereum virtual machine address. So that is the type of address that we've set up over here in MetaMask on the Ethereum virtual machine. So the two are compatible. You might want to be careful if you're withdrawing from a different exchange to make sure that the address is valid, that you're not trying to withdraw to an X-type address or something like that. It will be painfully obvious as soon as you see the address. All right, so now that we've got our address, we don't want to send all of it on our first try if we've never done this before. You always want to send a small test transaction to make sure that you have everything configured properly. All right, so I'll send 0.5 AVAX. We'll hit withdrawal. I'm going to need my two-factor authentication. All right, and so it says the withdrawal has started. We can go back over to our wallet and kind of monitor things, keep an eye on it. All right, and then you can see that that 0.5 AVX has arrived in our wallet. Happened pretty quick. The Avalanche network is pretty fast. So I'll just click here again. I'm going to go back over to Coinbase Pro, and I'll go ahead and withdraw the rest, right? We'll hit withdraw. Choose AVAX, crypto address. We'll paste in that same address again. We'll choose use this address. And then this time we'll go ahead and just max it out since we know that this is working. We'll hit withdraw. I'll need my two-factor again. All right, and we'll choose withdraw AVAX. We'll just keep an eye on that. Should come in fairly quickly. Okay, and there we go. So we've got the AVAX now in our wallet. And now we can go over to Trader Joe and start trading, staking, and farming. All right. So the first thing I'll show you how to do is trade. So if we go over to trade, you'll see there that since the wallet is connected to the DEX, that my AVAX balance shows in my Trader Joe exchange trading interface, right? Now there are a lot of tokens that you can buy over on Trader Joe on the Avalanche platform. I encourage you to check them out. Do your research, decide if you want to buy one of these coins. That's entirely up to you. This is not financial advice. So choose carefully, right? I'm going to choose Joe, which is the native token of this platform, just kind of as an example so that I can show you how everything works. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want to buy around $50 worth of Joe. Because if you remember, I bought $550 worth of AVAX, approximately, right? So I want to calculate how much that is. So I'll go over to CoinGecko, right? We'll search for AVAX, right? And then I'll just put $50 here. That's how much I want to buy in Joe. All right, so for around $50, we're going to need about 0.45 AVAX. Like I said, these are just arbitrary amounts. So we'll do 0.45 AVAX. That's going to net us around 17 Joe. I'll click swap here. We'll confirm that. And then we also need to confirm this in our Metamask wallet. This is the control that the wallet has over transactions, right? All right, that got confirmed for me in Metamask. I'm going to hit close. You'll see there that's the successful alert of the trade. And then you should, over here in a minute or so, see an update in the balance. Okay, there we go. There's 17 Joe. All right, so that's the first thing that we wanted to accomplish, trading, right? So, and we can trade back and forth, right? We can trade Joe for AVAX. Any other tokens that we bought here, we could eventually trade them back to AVAX. And AVAX is liquid. You can transfer that back to Coinbase and cash out if you want to. So that would be the way to take profits, right? Buy more AVX and then transfer it back over to Coinbase. Just fairly simple operation, right? We would choose deposit. We'd choose AVAX. They would give us their address. Notice too that they're indicating that this is an Avalanche type C address, right? And that's what we're using in our Metamask wallet, so we're good there, right? All right, that's the address. We can copy that into our clipboard, go back over to Metamask in this case, and then if you have a balance of AVAX, you would hit send, paste in the address of Coinbase, and then choose the amount you'd like to send. Right? If you want to send back to Coinbase to liquidate, right? But we're not going to do that. All right, so now that we've bought a little bit of Joe, right, let's go ahead and stake it. They do have single staking pools here. If you hit stake here, we can stake Joe. You'll notice it sees the balance of Joe that I have. I'll hit max here. I'll just go ahead and drop it all in this staking pool, and then we'll click approve. All right. We'll confirm that in MetaMask. We're getting a small fee there, 13 cents. Much cheaper than you would over on the Ethereum chain. All right, that got confirmed in MetaMask. All right, and after we've got the approval, we'll go ahead and click stake. All right, we'll approve this over in MetaMask as well. All right, I got that approved in MetaMask, and then you'll notice now that I'm staking Joe. And in exchange for Joe, they give you X Joe. You can read a little bit up here about what X Joe is, but safe to say you're now staking your Joe and earning rewards. You can use this link here to add the X Joe to your wallet. So if we click here, it's just going to pull up MetaMask and give us this interface where we can just add the token to our list so that we can see it, right? MetaMask doesn't always auto-recognize tokens that you have in the wallet like it does over on Ethereum. So that's one of the things you need to be aware of, right? So here you can see your Joe in your wallet, and you're good. Now I'm going to show you another kind of staking, which is liquidity pool staking. If we would like to participate in any of these liquidity pools, we're going to need an equal amount of each token, right? Value-wise, dollar value-wise, right? So the number, of each token would be different as long as the current US dollar value would be equal. Now keep in mind, when we invest in liquidity pools, we're at risk for impermanent loss, which is basically something that happens if one or the other coin goes way up or way down. Your liquidity pool will become unbalanced. For example, if we use Joe AVAX and the price of Joe skyrockets, then the liquidity pool will keep the ratio dollar value-wise balanced. And so you will have much less Joe in your pool if the price of Joe goes much higher, right? And you're not really going to lose anything, but relatively you could have made more money if you simply held Joe, right? So impermanent loss can occur when you're using liquidity pools. But all things being even, liquidity pools are a way to generate passive income because by participating in a liquidity pool, you are lending the use of your tokens to the platform for other traders. And so you're getting a piece of the trading fees by doing this. So let's take a look at this one, Joe AVAX. Now, before we get in here, we're going to need to get some Joe, right? Notice here that we don't have any Joe. We need an equal amount of both tokens to participate in this. So let's go over to trade. And I'll just take 2 AVAX. And then I'll choose Joe down here. All right, and that's the amount of Joe I'll get for 2 of my AVAX. I'm doing this so that I'll have another 2 left over for the other half of the liquidity pool, and then I'll also have some available AVAX left in the wallet after I do this, right? You don't want to max out your AVAX. You don't want to leave your AVX balance 0, right? So let's go ahead and swap. Let's buy that Joe. We'll confirm that. All right, that got confirmed for me in MetaMask. All right, I've got my alert here that the trade was successful. And there my Joe balance has now updated. And the AVX balance has gone down. All right, so now we've got enough of both tokens to participate in the liquidity pool. Let's go back over here to pool. Let's click on Joe AVAX. And now we can max out Joe. And you'll notice that when I put in the Joe on one side, it calculates exactly how much of the other token that I need value-wise, right? Approximately 2 AVAX. All right, so first we'll approve Joe for the liquidity pool. We'll confirm that in MetaMask. All right, that got confirmed in MetaMask for me. And then you can see the alert up here that the Joe has been approved for the liquidity pool. And then just keep an eye over here and you should see the supply button go active. All right, so now we've got the supply button active. We'll click supply. And they're going to, in exchange for the tokens that we're depositing, we're getting back 10 pool tokens, right? We'll click confirm supply. We'll confirm in MetaMask again, as we are transferring some AVAX into this liquidity pool. And then now we can close. All right, that got confirmed in MetaMask, and now you can see that I have pool tokens. So I have 10 pool tokens, and it tells me how much of each token are currently in the pool. As I mentioned, if the price of one or the other of these tokens goes up, these ratios will adjust automatically. So if the price of AVAX goes really high, you'll have less AVX token to balance out the amount of Joe that you have in there. All right, so you want to stay aware of this. Now let's check our MetaMask wallet. And notice here that we don't have any Joe or AVX in the wallet anymore, right? They're not showing up as balances in the wallet because they are currently being staked in the liquidity pool. Now, we can go over here and click this link here. And then this is the address of the liquidity pool. We can just copy this into our clipboard. We'll go back over to MetaMask and we're going to import tokens. And we'll paste that in here. All right? And once we do that, these other fields autofill. And this is it, the JLP token or Joe LP token. Let's hit Add Custom Token. Notice it sees there's a balance. Remember those 10? We'll click Import. And now we can go back out to our assets and we can see in the wallet the pool tokens, right? In case you were wondering where they were in your wallet. They are there. They're in your wallet. All right there. So I've shown you trading and staking. I've staked single tokens and we've staked in liquidity pools, our dual tokens. So the last thing we'll cover is farming. And farming is an additional benefit that you can derive from a platform like this where you actually will, it's sort of like staking your staked tokens, right? They call it farming. So let's go over to farm. And in the farms, you can deposit your LP tokens and earn on those as well, on top of what you're already earning for the trading fees, right? And you'll notice up here they have some featured ones that pay out double rewards, rewards in Joe and AVAX, right? At the moment, the liquidity pair that we have is not paying out double tokens, right? So we just need to find it. So we can go down here and search under Joe, and there is the LP token that we have that we're interested in. We're going to farm these LP tokens. So if we click here, you'll see that it recognizes that we have 10.6 LP tokens. We can just drop all of those into this farm. First thing we need to do is approve. So we'll click Approve. We're going to need to sign this in MetaMask. We'll hit Confirm here. All right, that got confirmed in MetaMask for me. And then we'll just wait a minute, and this Approve should switch to Stake, just like we did earlier with the single staking pools. All right, notice when the button turns to Stake, we'll go ahead and click Stake. We'll approve that in MetaMask again. All right, I see that got confirmed in MetaMask for me. And now you can see that we are staking, and it even gives you the dollar value of your LP tokens in the stake pool. And you'll be earning rewards in Joe on a regular basis. You can come back in here and harvest your Joe on a daily or a weekly basis or a monthly basis, however you want to do it. But be aware that you could still suffer impermanent loss. This does not lock up your LP tokens in the ratio, right? Your LP tokens can still get redistributed based on the price of the current tokens, right? So you'll always want to keep an eye on the price of these two tokens to make sure they're staying relatively even, right? If they both go up, that's great. If they both go down, you know, they're still earning rewards. So, but if one or the other token takes off, you might want to reevaluate whether you want to stay in this liquidity pool or not. And then you also want to keep aware that you're being paid in the token. So you're being paid in Joe. So, and that's all well and good. You can earn pretty decent rewards depending on how much you have deposited in here. But always keep in mind that you're getting paid in the token. So if the price of the Joe token goes up, great, your rewards are getting better. But if the price of Joe starts to go down, you could lose those rewards that you're earning value-wise, right? So you can continue to earn Joe and maybe reinvest your Joe in the single pool, or you can trade your Joe for a stable coin to lock in the value of your rewards. That's completely up to you. All right. Now I'd also like to show you that you can stake your XJoe in these farms as well. Farm your XJoe. So if we click here, you'll see that it recognizes the XJoe that we have. We can max that out. First we'll approve it. We'll sign that in Metamask. All right, that got confirmed. Notice that the button switches from approve to stake. We'll hit stake. And we'll confirm that in Metamask. All right, that got confirmed. And you can see the alert there that you've made your deposit into the farm, the XJoe farm. Okay, and I just refreshed my browser and I can see there that I'm staking my XJoe and it gives me the dollar value of that. If you remember, we bought around $50 worth of Joe from the very start, and so we can see the value of that. So if the price of Joe goes up, this stake value should go up, and we'll be earning extra Joe over here. All right, so I'm going to take you over to my staking pools so you can sort of see how this works in the advanced stages, right? Here are some of the featured farming pools. And I'm farming in one of them, right? I'm farming in this Craft AVAX pool. You can see there's my stake. You can also scroll down a little bit here, see that I'm staking in this one as well. But for a clearer view, you can just click My Farms, and it'll show you the farms that you're in. All right. So if we go into XJoe, notice there that I've got a little bit of Joe available for harvest. So we'll just click Harvest. And then we'll confirm that in MetaMask. All right, they got confirmed. There's my alert that the harvest was successful. All right, and you'll see your pending rewards go down to 0 because you've just made your harvest. Let's go back out a bit. Let's go over to our Joe AVAX. You'll see there's some Joe waiting to be harvested there. We'll click Harvest. Sign this in MetaMask. All right, that got confirmed in my MetaMask, and you'll see that my pending rewards went down to 0 because we made our harvest. Let's go over to this other pool that I mentioned. That's one of the featured pools where I'm getting both Joe and Craft, the native token that is in the pool. Right, so when I click Harvest, I'm going to get a little bit of Craft and a little bit of Joe. Right, we'll hit Harvest here and confirm. All right, that got confirmed. I got my alert here. All right, my pending rewards go down to 0. All right, there's one other one here that's pretty small, but I'll go ahead and do a harvest on this one as well. Some of these I just do for fun. All right, that got confirmed. My pending goes down to 0, and we're good. Now, remember I told you this was a relatively small harvest, you know, depending on how much is in there and how long you wait between harvests. They could be more, right? But we've got a little extra Joe that we just harvested. So let's go over to trade. And we want to sell some of that Joe. Not a whole lot of Joe, but we could sell that for US Tether, right? Which is a stable coin. And this is Joe-based Tether, but it'll hold its dollar value. So if I wanted to sell this Joe, it's worth around $8 US dollars, right? So I could lock those gains in a stable coin, right? If I wanted to, on a regular basis, right? So you harvest, you trade for stable coin, and lock in the value, right? There are other stable coins available, I believe, right? You've also got US dollar coin, Joe based, right? But keep in mind, these are not, if you use the US dollar coin here, you're not going to be able to move this back to Coinbase, right? It's not the Ethereum based US dollar coin. So, but you can hold it here in your wallet, and then if you decide you're ready to cash out, you could swap it back to AVAX and then transfer right away. And if you do it fast enough, the value will pretty much stay the same, right? And that's one strategy, right? You just cash out every time you harvest. Or we could go back over here to the stake and take that small amount of Joe that we just harvested and drop it back in to the single coin staking, right? We'll hit stake, confirm. All right, that got confirmed. And now you can see that there's more staked Joe in the pool, right? We just dropped it back in so it'll continue to earn for us. And if we want to, we can go back over to the farm, the XJoe farm, and stake the additional XJoe into this farm, right? We don't have to go through the approval process this time because we've already approved them in this wallet on this platform, right? So we just hit stake. And of course, you can always buy more AVAX, drop more AVX into the wallet, create more liquidity pools, and add more to your liquidity pools, right? You can, if you have an existing liquidity pool, you can always add more to it. There's more XJoe in there now, and the dollar value went higher. Right, so we could do the same thing if we wanted to go into that Joe pool, the Joe AVX pool. We could add more Joe and AVX into the liquidity pool if we wanted to, right? The existing one, right? You can always add more if you want. And then, of course, you could always do other ones, too. If you decide you want to do other ones, that's up to you. All right, now, so I think I've covered just about every way of trading, staking, and farming. But I would be remiss if I did not show you how to unwind these positions. So let's go back over. Let's put this one on dark so it's easier for you guys to see. Right, this is the one that I showed you how to set up originally. Right? Let's say you just want to get out completely. You want to unwind, right? Because you're looking over here in your wallet and you're saying to yourself, hey, why are all these balances zero, right? The reason why they're mostly zero, except for the small amount of AVX, is because they're being staked and farmed, right? The balances are zero in the wallet because you don't have access to those tokens at the moment. You can't transfer them, withdraw them, or anything because they're busy, right? They're being staked. They're earning for you. But if you want to unwind everything, let's just go back over here. We can go to My Farms. All right, we'll start with this XJoe. We'll click here. All right, and we want to go over here to Unstake. All right, we'll go ahead and unstake it all. You can unstake as little or as much as you want. We'll hit Unstake. We'll confirm that. We've got the XJoe withdrawn from the farm, right? And then we can go back over here to the staking pool, and we can see that now the Joe is showing up again, the staked Joe. We can check our wallet, and you can see there that the XJoe is now available in the wallet, right? So let's go ahead and unwind this. We'll go up here to Unstake, and we'll just unstake it all. We'll hit Unstake. Confirm that in Metamask. Now we've pulled the Joe out of the staking pool. So if we go back to MetaMask, we'll see now that we've got Joe in the wallet, right? All right, let's go ahead and unwind the other farm, right? We'll go over here. Let's go back to my farms. You see there's only one left now. This is the wallet that I showed you at the beginning, the demo wallet. Right, we'll click in here and we'll go to unstake, and we'll just unstake all of it. These are our LP tokens. We're unstaking them. All right, well, the button is active now. Let's hit unstake. We'll sign this in MetaMask. We'll hit confirm here. Of course, it's a little crazy to unstake these right now since I just put them in there, but I'm just giving you an example of how you would unwind these positions. All right, there we go. Now our liquidity pool tokens have been unfarmed, right? They're not in the farm anymore. So if we go over to our wallet, we'll see that the liquidity pool tokens are now showing up in the wallet, right? But I want to unwind that as well, right? So let's go back over here to pools. We'll go into the Joe AVAX pool, and you can see our stats here. We've got our liquidity pool tokens are in here. Let's go over here to remove, and we'll remove it all. All right, we can click max to remove all of them if we want. First, we'll approve this. All right, we're going to have to sign this. This is just our interaction with the staking pool. We're going to have to approve that withdrawal. All right, we just give that a minute or so until the remove button is active. We'll click remove. We'll confirm that. Sign in MetaMask. Now notice every time I do one of these interactions, I am paying fees, right? But on the Avalanche platform, the fees are negligible, right? You don't have to worry so much about the fees like you do over on the Ethereum platform. All right, and there we go. Now we've removed the tokens from the liquidity pool. So if we go back over to our wallet, you can see that the Joe is available now, and the AVAX is now available. And then the staking tokens are now empty, right? We've removed all of our tokens from the pools, right? Now at this point, we could go back and trade our Joe for AVAX if we wanted to. If we were ready to liquidate our Joe, we could do that. And then at any point, we could go back to MetaMask and simply transfer it back to Coinbase, right? If we wanted to deposit our tokens back into Coinbase, we could do that. We could send them back to Coinbase and liquidate. All right. So I showed you how to get into this platform, how to trade, stake, and farm, and then showed you how to unwind all of those positions back to AVAX so that you can liquidate if you decide it's time for you to take your profits or just get out, right? Could be either way, right? The price is skyrocketing, you want to sell, or the price is plummeting and you want to get the heck out while you still have some clothes on your back, right? Either way, right? All right, so if you have any questions about anything I did, please throw them up in the comments and I'll do my best to get them answered. Don't forget, I do a live stream every Saturday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please join me for the live stream from Michigan, or you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. Hope to see you there. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me and hope to see you again soon. Now, it's advantageous to trade on a platform like Avalanche. Come on, dude, seriously. Now, it's advantageous to trade and stake. Now, it's advantageous to trade and stake. Now, it's advantageous to use the Avalanche platform because the fees are so much. Right, so you'll notice that it takes... What's up, buddy? Okay. Ooh. The first sip.
No.
Don't lose your cap, buddy, okay? Enjoy.